Here we go. We are live. It's 8 o'clock. Two people are already here. Please let me know. Thumbs up really quick. We have a new microphone. Please let me know if you can hear me loud and clearly. Please. I hope that works. I also told you in the email if there's technical problems, let me know because then you will get a new info, a newer email. So let me know those people who are live now. I'm super stoked. We have a brand new microphone. I love this. Beautiful sound. I hope. So let me know quick in the chat. Go in the chat if it's on your phone, tablet, or laptop, and let me know if it's working right now. Please let it work. Test. Because the microphone says actually here. Okay, cool. So I hope that's working. Oh, I can put it. What is this? Belgium data. Oh, I can share the screen. No way. Works. Stefano's here. Amazing. Are you my ambassador, Stefano? I can give you hearts. Let's do this. Give you a heart. Timmy is here again, like always. I love it. Timmy, man, I think you're the most trusted fan. You always join this live workshop. So 5 people already here. Guys, I'm not doing this influencer stuff where I'm going to say like, let's wait for another couple of people to join. Even if I do it only with 2 persons or 1 person, I love that you guys go live, click on it, and be live at 8 o'clock on a Thursday evening to get some knowledge. I just figured out that the camera angle is not as perfect. So I'm going to use my iPad today a little bit more to explain you stuff. And I hope you can see it and read it. I'm not sure. It's still, oh yeah, you can read it. So today's topics look a bit like this. And the coolest thing why we're going live, have in mind, of course, I have already some topics to teach you and coach you some stuff, is why we go live is that you can ask questions. So please have in mind, write down your questions, maybe in your Surf Companions already, or a piece of paper in your phone. If a question comes up, let me know in the chat because I will read it and I will come back to you. Okay? So have in mind the whole live workshop. Here is the advantage is that I can answer your question as a surf coach. As you might know, I'm a ISA2 surf coach, the co-founder of the Surf Companions, together with Flo. Like obviously, you know the books. Obviously, you know we do online courses, we do live coaching on the beach. We have also the retreats in 2024 more. But I'm gonna teach you today about those topics. Let's have a look. So today's topics, you can see, I have already the question from the community was, when are you actually an intermediate? So the transitioning from a beginner to an intermediate. I will explain that. Then we will go into surf spots. So what do you have to know if you go to new surf spots, or what is the biggest mistakes all the surfers are usually doing with surf spots? And you can share also your experiences, because going to a new surf spot or the right surf spot, that's the important part. I teach you, and we talk about fear. So the fear is really, I see it a lot of times with my students. Everyone is struggling. It doesn't matter if you're intermediate or beginner. I will give you some tool which hopefully helps you, because it helped me a lot. My first surfing experience, I almost died. A few people know it, maybe not. By the way, also click if you're a beginner or already an intermediate here in the chat. And of course, the most important one is the questions you have, because that makes it interesting. I'm going to answer every question you have about surfing. What are you struggling? No question. There are no dumb questions. We are not in school here. This is just me coaching you guys live. And this is what I love the most. So welcome to this live workshop. I'm telling you this, 2024 is going to be 100% honesty. I also talk with my team, also with the amazing ambassadors we have. It's like people don't like this fakeness anymore. And I totally agree, because, of course, I'm a photographer, videographer. Mostly everything you see on Instagram is made by me. But this is also our real life, so it's not really fake. But I don't like the honesty. And I hope if you have already the books, you see already like how much work is in there, because those books are not guides. Those are coaching books. Means it shows you directly what you have to do, what you in surfing. I miss those books. That's why I invented it. Flo and I, because when I started surfing, I didn't know anything, and I trusted only a few people who thought they know everything about surfing, which they didn't. Okay, so back to my topics today. By the way, give me a thumbs up if the microphone, everything works. And let me know in the chats right now, because I love that moment. Guys, write down where you are right now. So you are live from which country? Let me know in the chats below. So the first topic goes from when are you a beginner and the transition from intermediate. First of all, to understand beginner and intermediate is the following. Rome, Stefano is from Rome, amazing. Oh, it's a different Stefano, perfect. Rome, so we have Italy. Timmy, of course, from Germany. Here we go, cool, I like that. We have already Fuengirola. So yeah, of course, but this is Spain, right? Andrea is live, amazing. And we're gonna have a coaching next week. Cool. First topic is, what is a beginner and when you're a beginner and when you can transitioning to an intermediate? Let's have a look. A beginner is actually a person, a surfer, who is actually starting out with surfing. Makes sense, who doesn't know anything about surfing. You have to see it a bit more like this, because there was always discussions between surf coaching and surf coaches during my years. When is someone a beginner? When is someone an intermediate? And when is someone an advanced? So we kept it in 3 levels. Other coaches, for example, they have 6 levels, and then, but it's kind of weird. But when you look, for example, the levels in Australia, everyone surfs in Australia. They pick up the surfboard. It's more like in Austria, skiing. They all go surfing when they're 4. Same in Austria, they go skiing when they're 3 or 4. So we decided, and which I still agree, and I ask a lot of coaches, by the way, all the knowledge you get from the books is not only my knowledge. Of course, I research it, and I ask a lot of coaches, and because my background is sports and sports therapy, I had to look at all the details and put it together. So you have to see the beginner as you might be. By the way, 67% of you guys are beginners. I see it here in the chat. Beginners is someone who's starting out, so has to learn the basics about even the equipment, all the words, like what is a wipe out, what is the P, what is the curl. So you have to understand the whole new vocabulary. By the way, the vocabulary is English, and you have to know the board. There are different parts: tail, fins, rails, and so on. What's the most dangerous thing in surfing? And yes, safety is one of the most important parts. So what I want to emphasize is, when you are a beginner, you should not only think about, oh, take off. Everyone is focusing when you ask a beginner about, I have to stand up, I have to train my pop-up. Trust me, guys, if you get ever a coaching from me, even a beginner, I coach all the levels, the takeoff is one of the easiest thing. I come back to you why. Have a look. Safety is more important. For example, how to protect your head. Guys, even intermediate ones, everyone is watching really quick. One hand to the neck. So your neck is important. You don't want to have your neck broken. And the other hand on the back of your head. But now, to protect my face, that's why close your elbows. You see, I'm protected from all sides. Everyone has a favorite side. Try it at home. This is the one and only, the most important part you should do as a surfer, beginner, intermediate. I still do it. If you want to feel safe, if you fall down, if another surfer comes. So safety again, as a beginner, also as an intermediate, is the most important one. Safety number 2 is to know the surroundings and know the dangers. We kind of connect them both now with the surf spots. If you're a beginner, you should always be on a surf spot which is more safe. Means sand. Sand is not as hard as rocks and reef. Yes, I just came from Portugal. Of course, there's a lot of cliffs and reefs, but some of them are really flat reefs. But still, I definitely recommend rather go on a beach break, which is sand underneath. Cool. Thumbs up for that. Still beginner. I'm talking a bit about a beginner and the transitioning. So a beginner is still busy with what? Learning all those totally new stuff. about the board, how to lie on, what is this, pushing up, to first feel that power. By the way, I recommend you guys also, if you're total beginner or you're starting out, to at least do body surf, because the nature is here, waves are here, and we are here. So, but there are techniques which brings you to more understanding. And yes, surfing is so wonderful because every single wave is different. So we have to understand the waves a little bit more. How can we do that? Instead of going immediately in with a board, trust me, I see it with my students, I always went in with body surf, because in body surfing means only your body. You learn already, whoa, this is a lot of power. You feel a bit of current to the side. You stand on the sandbank. You feel safe because you know your body. You're not responsible suddenly for a big board next to you. And this safety is so important because you want to feel safe and secure the whole time. So that's why actually in every level, I recommend you, not only because I'm a coach, I see it myself as well, always get a coach, because the coach gives you tips and brings you to your goal way faster and way efficient. Okay. By the way, guys, grab your favorite drink and write down some small tips in between. If I'm too fast, too slow, let me know in the chats. By the way, if you have questions during the topics already, what I teach you here, write it down immediately in the chats. It's not like in school. I don't want to be like this, like, oh, I'm your teacher. And no. We always learn from each other, and this makes it more connected and more fun, because Surf Companion is for you. We only built this company to provide one thing and one thing only: to improve your surfing, to learn your surfing and improve your surfing. This is the main mission, also about the illustrations and all the work we do around it. So we have safety equipment and the safe place where you should surf. But now comes the question to you. When do you think you are an intermediate surfer? And an intermediate surfer, in my perspective, out of the people I usually coach, which are usually holiday surfers or who have around 4 weeks a year of surfing, not like people who live on the beach. An intermediate surfer, in my definition, but write your definition also down. Please be honest. Write it down. An intermediate, in my eyes, there are 3 levels: beginner, total beginner, then you have intermediate, and then you have advanced. So the intermediate ones are going definitely already out into the lineup. Okay, lineup is the place outside, so the unbroken waves, not the white water in front. But let me know in the chats. Is the chat working, by the way? I don't see anything. Or are you too lazy? I just called you lazy. Joke. Bring it on. Stefano, Timmy, Germany. Perfect. Is it still 67%? Nice. I got 3 thumbs up already. I feel excited. Guys, I don't know why I'm still always nervous when I do live workshops, because I never know how it goes. I really remember the very first one. I was the whole day nervous like hell. I prepared so much, which was actually too much at the end, because, yeah, look, it's already 13 minutes. We're live. Okay, so safety is the most important one, and the transitioning comes now. If you write down in the chats, is the chat working? Are you guys writing? Just type a heart or a thumbs up if it's, I just want to check if it's working. So the transitioning, by the way, also thumbs up if the this is new. I did a thumbs up. Did you saw that? Oh, this is a new update, I think. So imagine, okay, thumbs up. Andrea, thumbs up. Perfect. Everything's working. I'll try it again. Boom. What I want to tell you is the transitioning from intermediate is the following. Once you're a beginner, and 67% of you are beginners, if you're in the white water, imagine you're still in the white water, you catch your waves with confidence, almost 8 out of 10 waves. Have in mind, 8 out of 10 waves you can catch in the white water by yourself, 90 degrees angle, with confidence. You can glide and you can take off and stand on the surfboard. Maybe you can even go a little bit to the right and to the left. Yes, it's possible on the white water. Then you're ready for the next step. I call it the intermediate step. Yeah, because even as an intermediate, you can be a beginner intermediate, advanced intermediate, a better intermediate, more confident intermediate, because out there in the lineup, the fun begins. Okay, once again. So it's nice, of course, to learn all those techniques like the right pedaling, the perfect board position. We call it the sweet spot, how you lie on your board. All those important steps, 90 degrees to the wave, pedal 5 meters before, do 2 extra when the wave catches you, glide and take off and ride the wave to the left and right. If you can do that, usually all my students, especially in the surf camp, by the way, we have in September our surf camp retreat. Trust me, guys, usually they stand up already on the second day, some on their first day already, um, depending on the surf fitness, on the waves and what's on. But trust me, this is only the beginning, what it actually says. So you are a beginner if you train this in the whitewater. So the crazy part as a coach out of experience, now it comes, I was really surprised that people stop after this kind of level I just explained. Imagine you can catch with confidence and you know what you do with all the safeties. 8 out of 10 waves you catch by yourself in the white water, in the front, woo, surf a little bit to the right in the white one and to the left, because your vision is important. Then you are kind of check. I'm a beginner. I know all the stuff about equipment and so on. And then the people usually, or I don't have the real statistics, but out of experience, maybe you're one of them that just buy a board or rent a board or get a cool, stylish one who looks amazing on Instagram. And then they just do the rest without coaching. Come on, but let's be honest to yourself. It's nice that you can stand up. It's nice that you can know the board now and can handle yourself, you know the head protection and so on. But as an intermediate, when you suddenly have to go out there into the lineup, you have to know so much more. This is even more than the beginner stuff you learn, for example, in a week of surf camp. Okay. And yeah, maybe you're one of them. You just go with your friends and so on, like this intermediate, and you probably wonder, I don't get waves. That was dangerous. I didn't know. I just got smashed. Maybe you have the wrong board, which almost everyone does because it looks amazing on Instagram and so on. Write down in the chat if you have this kind of experience as well. Or if you say already, like, nah, I always got coaching, it doesn't matter which level, because only 30-40% of you guys are intermediate. So once again, I hope it was clear, because I got this question from Anna from South Africa today over Instagram. She asked, yeah, what's the transition or when I'm ready for intermediate? And yes, you are ready for the intermediate if you can handle, you know, all the safeties, you know, where to go into the water, safety not in the channel, and in the white water, in a hip high white water or maximum belly high white water, you stand and you catch with confidence 5 meters before you start paddling. You know how to paddle, you know how to lie on your board, everything feels stable and with confidence. If you can catch, we say, around 8 out of 10 waves and you surf it slightly to the right and left, then you are ready to be intermediate. It doesn't mean go out and paddle in 2-meter waves. No, it means you're ready for the next step, means paddling out into the green waves. And yes, for example, I just take the real life example. I have one client here in South Spain right now, personal coaching, and he has exactly this end of a beginner level. He can stand up in the white water. He trained in it with me now, but tomorrow we go on an easy spots where there are beautiful smaller green waves where you can easy pedal out and understand the spot. So yes, he still needs coaching because he doesn't know like the channels and how to pedal out then and yeah, which wave to take, how to turn your board. For example, it starts already, because the biggest difference is between the beginner and the intermediate. Once you're out there in the lineup, you have to handle your board without standing. Yeah. So you stand not anymore on the sandbank. I used to ask for coaching the first day, then I go by myself. I don't know the place. if I don't know the place. Okay. So Stefano says, if you go, if I understood it right, you ask for coaching the first day and then go by myself. Yeah, that's perfect, fine. But first of all, you need to know the knowledge, Stefano. For example, if you're intermediate, beginner is also fine. You first have to know someone who can explain you the beach, safeties, how the wave is working, because every beach is different, or every reef, every spot is a little bit different, how the wave is breaking, which makes it so wonderful. Obviously, all the people who start surfing know the amazing waves, the most famous one. But I come to that in a second. Don't go there. Like, I surfed Portugal now, also bigger waves. It was overhead high, and still I get from my family and people, they ask, "Oh, have you been to Nazaré?" And I was like, "Oh, of course you only know Nazaré because it's big wave. Big wave is different. Of course I can surf that." Joke. No, this is big wave, sir. Exactly. Yeah. So once again, trust me, if you want to have the most fun and the most success and the most progress, get at least, when you're ready for this intermediate level, at least a one-on-one coaching, or you join a retreat, whatever you do, keep on getting coached, because you get more waves, you get more understanding. You need a mentor and guidance and a coach out there. Okay, so trust me, guys, don't do the mistake like also I did. My progress was a bit like this until I understood, whoa, I really need more guidance, I need more knowledge. That's why I also became a coach, and I love that. And since I've been a coach, I live on the beach and so on. So trust me, guys, do that even as an intermediate, because if you're an intermediate and you go in the right conditions, easy conditions good for you, you go out there into the lineup, you will have more fun, because surfing is all about fun, looking stylish, and enjoying the nature. So everything, the goal of learning all those techniques and even joining a live workshop at 8:30 at a Thursday night, is all about fun and being a better surfer. Being a better surfer also comes from better wave reading, better wave understanding, better forecast reading, better making better decisions. It's not only about like shredding, destroying the waves and so with your short board. Trust me, guys. No, it's not like this. It's every year I'm surfing, like surfing is teaching me a lot, like also on a different level. But I also figure out, for example, I go really into longboarding, and longboarding is totally technical and so on. Maybe a few of you are also longboarders. But back to the topics. I hope you understood, like, you're ready for an intermediate level once you have those bullet points. But I also want to point out that intermediate is a whole different spectrum. It's like you can teach so much as an intermediate, and that's always coming down to your personal goals. If your goal is to really do like a big snap, if you don't know what a snap is, don't worry, but a big top turn, like you want to really make the spray like all the professional shortboarders, or your goal is to have a cross step, like maybe the first hang five on a longboard. Everyone has a different goal, and we coaches, we bring you to that goal. This is the only work we have, with some methods, with training, with videos, with real life coaching. This is our main goal, to get your goal. Okay, so we understood, hopefully, thumbs up, guys, about when you're a beginner and when you can transition to an intermediate, and once you call yourself intermediate. Yeah. By the way, if you want to call yourself advanced means you can do the basic maneuvers. And the basic maneuvers, by the way, I also call it as in holiday surfer, because I don't have so many clients who can perform like a really good bottom turn or a cut back. So the basic maneuvers as an advanced, I call it in Europe, advanced surfer, is a quality bottom turn, a cut back, a re-entry, and a snap. Snap is like a mid-phase turn. So in the mid of the wave, you do a turn. With a re-entry is higher. boom. And a cutback is if you go back into the curl. By the way, beginners, if you don't understand all the vocabulary, don't worry, yeah, because you're a beginner. So it will still take some time, but for all the intermediates, by the way, we have the intermediate and the basic maneuvers is in the back of the book. Here, for example, the bottom turn, we show you step by step what to do, like body wise. So I come back to another topic, which was really interesting. Someone asked is surf spots. So I want to give you a few tips how to deal with new surf spots and what you have to do to look out. Because I share you my expertise and also my experience, because I want you not to do all those mistakes I did. Okay, imagine you come to a new spot. A new spot means new beach, new reef, you travel somewhere, whatnot. The first thing is obviously safety. So ask a good coach or ask someone who surfed there already how the spot works. How it works means it's like, where can I go in? Are there dangerous rocks underneath or reef? Are there different or dangerous currents which I have to know? For example, a current which is also outside, behind the liner. Is there any cliffs nearby or rocks at low or high tide? Low tide means because the tides are influenced by the moon. It's like, obviously in Germany we call it Ebbe und Flut, but in English it's low tide and high tide. Imagine you're surfing around high tide and there's almost no wave breaking because of the distance between the reef and the stones or the beach. And then suddenly when the whole water level is dropping down from the ocean, suddenly it starts to break. So you have to know when those different waves are working. Okay, so for example, if you think about a famous wave like pipeline in Hawaii, this is like a straight on barrel. Yeah. And now comes my biggest tip for you as a beginner or beginner intermediate, because 64% of you guys are in beginners. You have to go for a beginner friendly spot, and the beginner friendly spots are when there is a sandbank underneath. Yeah, like I said, sand. So the wave is breaking. I cannot draw, it's beautiful. This is sand and this is the wave. We also called it a beach break. So if you want to learn surfing or more in a safe way, go to a beach break. And yes, there are a lot of beach breaks around in Europe. You can ask if you go, if you know you're a beginner, go to a beach break. Trust me, guys, because it's more beginner friendly, feel safe, because we're standing on the sand, because we want to catch the white water. Of course, the more beautiful waves, which are running beautifully, are usually, we call it reef breaks or point breaks, because they break from one point. I don't say beach breaks are bad waves. No. For example, where we have the retreats in South France, there are beautiful waves, also for intermediates, but it's all beach. But France is famous for the really good beach breaks. Cool word, huh? Because there's sand underneath. But if you want to have those beautiful, which you see on Instagram, beautiful running waves, which goes for miles and miles, those we call the point breaks. And the point breaks are usually from one point, and then they break really long. Woo-hoo-hoo. Here they start breaking, here more white water, here more white. So here's, for example, a cliff or whatever. They all break into one direction. We call it the point break. For example, Morocco, a lot of people go. Morocco is famous for their perfect right-hand point breaks. Why I want to tell you this? So write down in your notes. If you go to new spots, get a surf. For example, in the internet, almost every spot is described and how the spot is, what kind of wave it is, but also ask for the dangers, like where to step in, where to step out. For example, in Morocco, there's a famous spot called Anchor Point. You have to know where to jump in the rocks and when. And also there's a possibility to come out in the lower end of the reef, for example, when it's more higher tide. So you first have to know it. How can you know it? Ask a really good surfer, a good coach, or read it, or ask someone in the spot. Yeah, don't feel embarrassed by asking like good surfers who are just about to go in, like, hey, cool, it's my first time here, can you ask me this? But my first and my most important tip for tonight about surf spots is the following. Trust me, guys, you want to feel safe, confident, and you want to have fun in the water. That's why please only go to the spots which suits your surf level. Once again, this is the most serious one, but also the most, you have to be honest with yourself. Don't go to Anchor Point in Morocco. You can Google it, perfect wave, if you cannot surf already with confidence every green wave you catch, a shoulder to head high point break, up and down the wave. If you cannot do this, you shouldn't go into that spot. Okay? Please give me a thumbs up that you understood what I just said. I don't want to I don't say that you're not I'm not saying this because I don't want to have all the people on good spots anymore because I want to surf there alone with my friends. No, I just tell you that because I did the mistake sometimes, or at the beginning, I went to a good wave and I said, wow, that's cool. But once I was out there in the lineup, I felt like, oh my God, my surf level is not as good as the wave. Yeah, I hope that is clear. And yes, how can you analyze that? Of course, you don't have always a coach with you or a mentor or someone who can really show you, or maybe you have a surfer friend who is a little bit better than you. What helps you is to do a spot check, like a spot check beforehand. And yes, please be honest with yourself at all times. Spot check means you stand on a new spot or an old spot and you look at the waves, how the waves are right now, because every day is different. If there are only 3 surfers in, and those 3 surfers are so good in surfing, it's like you see, like, whoa, they do big sprays, they do big maneuvers, and your level is more like, actually, I only a few green waves. I'm still about the timing, about catching green waves. Then don't go in there. Don't feel bad about, okay, today is not the day, but I see there's beautiful white water in the front. I can have a lot of white water again and I train a bit my takeoff again, or I go back into the takeoff, because the cool thing about staying in the front is you have a lot of waves. And the cool thing in the white water, you can still have fun and you can turn to the right and left, train it like technical wise. So my biggest tip I hope you take away here is do a proper spot check and only go to the really good waves, because those are usually also the good surfers, if you can handle that level. You don't have to be as good as them, but you should know how, like, you should be in total control about everything. So about your equipment, about your takeoff. If you paddle 4 wave, it's not like, oh, maybe I'm catching it, or maybe I get lucky and you can only go straight. Don't go there. Trust me. Rather go to a beach break again, train on those steps, and maybe go on a smaller day, a more easy way suits to your level, which suits your level, then go there. I think sometimes it's, oh yeah, here we go. I think sometimes it's so hard to let go to the ego in this modern moment, in this moment. 100%. Okay, here we go in the chats. Blondie Curly travels the world. I think that's Anna. Anna, is this your account? Yeah, Anna asked this question before. I'm 100%. When I started surfing, my ego was also I'm really competitive, and I was like, oh, I have to do it. But what happens is, out of experience, probably you guys as well, is if you don't listen and be honest with yourself and say like, whoa, I paddle out to those 3 amazing surfers who can have total control, but the waves are actually not as good. What happens? You go into frustration or even dangerous situations. So you could end up in dangerous situation, which is always not nice, obviously. So please trust me, be honest with yourself, do a spot check, and ask yourself, I'm not really ready for the spot, then don't go in. Respect it, because otherwise the nature will show you or spit you out. Spit you out. That makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up. This is my biggest tip for you guys. The cool thing is the World Wide Web, internet, Instagram, and so on. I have to admit, a lot of surf spots, even here in South Spain, there's one point break, but some influencers are posting it and it's getting more hyped. Sometimes you're at the spot and you feel, yeah, there are rules in surfing, 100%, but there are also a lot of unspoken rules in surfing. Because imagine your level is you can paddle out, you're fit, you have the right board, you made it to the lineup, and then the waves are coming, and beautiful waves are coming. And the lineup is a bit full, but it's kind of enough waves. If you paddle for one wave, and maybe you can take off, but it's a beautiful point break, and it's going to the right. And you as a surfer, because every surfer looks at every surfer like how he or she surfs, especially at the beginning for analyzing. And if the whole crowd sees that you cannot handle your board, you cannot handle to go with confidence to the sides, do you think the better waves, the surfers will let you like get away with that wave and you only go for a straight hander? No, those surfers will start to drop in on you. That's the real life. It's not nothing really negative. It's more like, I don't know, if you play soccer with your friends and we're all grown-ups, and then a 5-year-old comes with I also want to play soccer, you just like, yeah, it's nice, here's a ball, but go to the other field, like with the other one, play with your other friends. We play here. It doesn't mean like you're not worth to go there. Of course you can still pedal out, but it will end up in frustration, and it will end up in, hopefully not, dangerous situation. So what I want to tell you is, for example, me personally, I wish I could have surfed as I can surf now all those years back when I was a surf guide in Morocco. I was there already with the Jeep. I brought the people there. I coached there on the beautiful spots. I could surf, but I wish I could go there again. Of course I can, but I have a dog. Doesn't matter. I like more Europe right now. I wished I would have the surfing level and the knowledge which I have right now. You know what I mean? Cool. Okay, Bill Smith gives me thumbs up. Amazing. Yes, cool. So this is the biggest spot check. Do a spot check because the main goal is to have fun. We still have another topics. By the way, guys, if you have questions, let me know in the chat. We're not in school, and I hope you like what I hope you get some value out of that already. So surf spot is clear, and now we come. Everyone experiences a little bit more or less. Is the following topic. It's fear. Fear in surfing. Yes, I have to tell you a small story. I almost died when I was surfing. The first time in New Zealand was way too big. I didn't know anything. No head protection. My surfboard was way too short from a friend. I didn't know anything about surfing. I literally almost died. I got the board against it. I got totally panicked. It was double overhead, so 2 times me. Horror, panic. And I don't want you to have that feeling because, that's why I recommend it to everyone. Do a course, get a coach, safe. Because out of the safety, we can build up our confidence, our knowledge, and of course, fun. So what I want to give you here is I spoke with a friend of mine. She's also a coach, and she's even a professor in psychology. She studied on university, and I wanted to ask her like, hey, you have time? Come, I want to go more into fear and what is actually fear and what does it do with our body and so on, and we can put it knowledge-wise also to surfing. And the cool part I recognized was, if someone, can you recommend any beginner-friendly surf spots in Morocco? Andrea, yes, there is like where I've been was really beginner friendly, is called the Devil's Rock. Devil's Rock is in Tamrak. Tamrak is in Tagazout, like only 15 minutes south. But Takasud itself also has crocodiles. So it's the Long Beach, which is a beach break, which is super beginner friendly, super nice. You have a lot of spots. So Devil's Rock, I'm gonna write it down. On the left side, Devil's Rock is super beginner friendly. That's usually where the surf camps go. And yeah, all those point breaks, Banana Point, yeah, if you're a total beginner, then no, go to Devil's Rock or Crocodile, but not to the point breaks. What I want to tell you about fear, by the way, guys, hands up or thumbs down, it doesn't matter, any sign or sun, if you ever experienced fear in surfing. Bad topic, but I will give you some cool answers with the help of Sabrina, which she told me. Let me know and maybe explain it in a few words if Anna, and explain quick in which situations you mostly get fear. Write it down quick in your chat. I know you're probably watching on your phone or tablet or whatnot. So in general, write it down still, even if I'm talk. Oh, I give you a second, sorry. I forgot my favorite beverage. Guys, already 40 minutes. Time flies by. My biggest passion is to coach, even live like this. I have to take a selfie. Come on, I'm gonna do it. I have to do a selfie. Look at this. Being live with you guys. Cool. I like it. Okay, back to fear and how to overcome fear. There are some tips I want to share with you. Fear itself. I'm driving. Aha! Whoa, Bill is even driving. Amazing. Oh, but safely, yeah, guy. Here, Bill. Don't be distracted from me and my beautiful drawings. Fear is actually also every time you experience fear, you get a body reaction. Okay, once again, it's more scientific, but if you think about it, it makes sense. Every time you experience fear, you kind of have a body reaction. Means if you experience fear, for example, your heart rate goes up. Oh, my heart rate. You start sweating. You're getting nervous. You get a shake, and so on. So every emotion is connected. I have to tip here. Is connected with a body reaction. Maybe I do a small arrow to understand. So you get a body reaction from it. So when you have this body reaction, the cool thing is we can also work with other body reactions to neutralize it. Okay. If you only, I want to simplify everything. So if you really experience fear, you have obviously heard about those 4 different types, like the freeze, the fight, the flee people. I wanted to wipe my iPad, but I don't. It's not a whiteboard. How stupid. I want to first I teach you what is actually fear or what happens, and then I give you some tips, especially in surfing. So I hope you understood. And when you really experienced the last time you had fear, by the way, write it down. If you're not like Bill and driving, write down when you usually get the fear. And then I teach you or give you some tips, advice, what helped me a lot and my students, how to overcome that fear. Because the first thing is, because every little fear has a particular emotion, like emotion is fear, particular reaction, emotion reaction to body language wise. For example, you freeze, you sweat, your heart is, you're getting red, you, whatever it is, that fear moment, there is something you can do. There are small things, but the one thing you have to know is the best, and this is the only thing you can do, is if you experience fear and you want to overcome that fear. So this is the barrier, this is the fear, this is you, and you want to overcome the fear. The only way is through fear. You have to go through fear. I give you an example. I think when we all were younger, and a lot of people struggle with it, because when you had to do presentations in school and you have to stand in front of your friends and your schoolmates and you start sweating, body reaction, you shake, maybe you're getting nervous, your heart is pumping up. You only get better, especially now in our professional life. I think there are a lot of grown-ups here in the live chat. We only can go through fear. Means the more presentations you do, for example, when I started YouTube videos, oh my God, first YouTube video I was nervous, or the live workshop. The more live workshops I do, I get better and more easy and more calm. I'm not really scared. I'm still nervous, but I'm not really scared of it anymore. Once again, for example, if you played an instrument and the first time you have to present your instrument and play what you learned to your family, friends, or a bigger public, of course you get this kind of fear and adrenaline and so on. But if you do it more often, it becomes more natural. What I want to say in surfing is, if you're really scared of something, step number one is, here we go, you first have to identify what your fear is. A lot of people don't know. I'm just scared. First thing I ask my students is, what are you scared of? Like, in particular. So first you have to know, should be like a lamp. You have to know what you are scared of. So what is in detail the most fear? Now it comes. Could be so specific. So really be specific. Write it down in your own notes, maybe in your companion, in your phone. Write down in the chats now. What are you scared of? Like, fear-wise. Anna said, like, yeah, a lot of times fear, but what are you scared of? Are you really scared of, for example, because I heard she's in South Africa. Are you scared of sharks? Yeah, this is supposed to be shark here. Is a shark. Or are you scared of really big waves? Okay, but when you're scared of really big waves, are you actually scared of drowning? Because drowning, then you know, oh yes, I'm scared of drowning. I feel like, well, I have to hold my breath like a minute, which is never a minute, unless you're Nazari. And sharks, I come to the solution in a second. So be specific of your fear in particular. So what are you most scared of in surfing? So if I'm not afraid of the sharks, but I'm afraid when it's busy that one gets hurt. Exactly. So you're not scared of, guys, have a look in the chat, what Anna wrote. If you're afraid of other people, so other humans, this is a specific fear. And yes, a lot of people have it. I still have it, because when I'm in a crowd, which I don't feel comfortable anymore, there are some solutions. The first one is you go out. It's too crowded. There are too many people. A lot of people don't know what they're doing. They lose their boards. I don't want to die. Just go out, safety number one, or go to a different spot, or get up early at 7 where usually no one gets up, or go late at night when everyone is drunk already, whatever. So there are solutions. If you're scared of other people hurting each other or yourself, number one is go out. Second one is, I love the fun thing. Second one is take distance. Take distance from each other. So tell yourself, okay, there's a lot of people, but with the leash and with your board, everything in a radius of 8 meters could be destroyed. So take at least a distance from one person to another, to the next surfer, at least 8 to 10 meters. If the space allows it, then you're still in the safe space. So tip number 2 is take distance. By the way, I put the example from Anna right now because she's scared of other people. And the third solution, and this is how you should overcome your individual fears, everyone who is joining right now, the third one is at least learn and do the head protection. Because trust me, guys, if you know, the surfer comes closer in my space because he or she cannot handle the board, at least you know, I always know the head protection. Because or you can check how many surfers have a soft top. soft top is like a softer top. It's not that hard. When everyone has a hard top or big longboards, of course, danger alert. Okay, I'm scared of other people that can hurt me. There are only longboards here. Wow. And no one can handle their board. Okay, I go out, take a distance, 10 meters. If it's still not, go out for safety. But if you do, everyone here in the chat and everyone who's live here, for yourself, first, you have to identify your fear. Like, be really specific. I'm scared of drowning. I'm scared of other animals. I'm scared of other people. Then you know it. When you know it, and then write down or ask yourself, what can I do about this particular fear? What can I do about it? Like I said, I gave you 3 already, Anna. Take distance, go in earlier or a different spot if it's really not possible. At least take 10-meter distance, and 100% always for sure do the head protection, which I recommend to everyone because it takes already a lot of fear away. Because even when someone is close, go down, head protection, and only come up, hold the head protection, look at the stupid guy or the girl, and then relax your arms. Okay, only release when you feel safe. If you, for example, which I had a little bit when I surfed a little bit more bigger waves, I was scared of drowning. When I was really little, I was scared. That's probably why I surf, because I want to overcome that fear. When I surfed really big waves in Portugal, I know for myself I'm a little bit scared of, even I'm trained lifesaver, not now anymore, but then there I was a bit scared of drowning. So I know what I'm scared of, and now it comes. Ding. What can I do about it? And what I did, no joke, I really did this. I did training. So I trained myself to hold my breath. And not only holding my breath training, no, I even went into my local pool with a kettlebell, and I was on the ground on the floor with my kettlebell, like a bit like what you see on Instagram with those Hawaiian people who train actually like this. And you have to hold your breath because you're underwater with a stone or kettlebell. And then I walked on the ground. So after the time of training, I knew for myself, even that the moment occurred where I was a big waves and they crushed me down and I was underwater. The first thing came in my head was, Daniel, I know the shit. I trained for this. I can hold my breath when it's, let's say, when it's calm, 1 minute 45. And I know for sure, even when I paddle really hard and the heart rate is up, I know I can hold it for 25, 30 seconds, which is a lot when you have a heart rate. I knew that. I knew that because I trained it, I felt confidence, and my fear was actually only 10%. So I hope you can take away from fear topic is first identify, maybe write down, be really honest with you. I'm scared of, for example, get an infection, or when you go to tropical stuff. I'm scared of getting stung by a sea eagle, a sea urchin. Yeah. Okay. Cool. If you know that, then write down, what can I do? Is there something I can do about it? And there's almost all the time something you can do about it. So for example, a sea urchin, I don't want to step on a sea urchin, then wear booties. Yeah, wear booties if you go in there. Surf booties where you can put on like shoes or neoprene, no problem. So you see, if you have any fear which you have no solution, I'm really interested. Write it down in the chats. I'm super stoked to read them. I still have one topic because we're almost an hour already. Crazy, guys. And trust me, guys, it makes me really happy. By the way, I have a gift for you. Stay till the end. I still have a gift for you guys. That even on a Thursday evening, different time zones here from Rome, we have South Africa, we have Germany, is love this. Thank you from Bruno. Bruno makes me really happy. By the way, I still have a question for you guys later, but I have a gift for you. And by the way, this microphone is sick. Do you guys like it? I might even upgrade the webcam. I'm gonna save for a beautiful webcam. I have still the one And the most important, by the way, write it down if you have questions about this topic. But 2024, our slogan from Surf Companions is turn the page, ride the wave. Sounds cool. But 2024 is all about you. That's why we also decided to do retreats. But you means also in this live workshop, I want to answer any questions you have, any struggles, things you don't understand, things you never quite understood. Could get into details, but even as a beginner, if it's about sports, where should I train? Where should I go? It's about maybe nutrition, about mindset, or if you have any questions, this is the time right now to ask me anything about surfing. You can also ask something personal about Surf Companions, or as well if you're interested in anything, because I love to connect more with you guys, like through Instagram, through our YouTube channel. And maybe you heard it, that's why we also have this microphone. We also have a new podcast. We call it the Surf Companions podcast. It's on Spotify and also on YouTube, because I want to connect with real surfers, also beginner surfers. And we're going to have a easy talk about, real stuff, real struggles. And that's basically it right now. By the way, we're also working on a longboard companion, which comes out next year. So if you're a longboarder or if you want to learn longboarding, it's next year. Can you recommend a good workout routine for improving my surfing? Andrea asked it. Yes, I can recommend you something. And I actually did it myself this winter. Okay, first of all, we have to stay fit. So we have to stay fit as surfers. The more fit we are, the better we are. The closer you go into surfing, the better it is. So, for example, if you can paddle with your own surfboard, because 90% in surfing is paddling. Sorry, it is like this. Paddling out, paddling the wave, and so on. So Andrea asked, like, what is kind of improving my surfing? The workout routine is usually a mix of different stuff. So, for example, you have to have strong shoulders, a strong back, and nice endurance and pedal power. But you should also have good mobility, because it doesn't matter if you're really strong, but you're not really mobile in your hip and in your shoulder parts. So mobility is also really important. In general, if you landlock and you don't live on the beach, I recommend you, for example, going swimming, like the stroke swimming for endurance. But the power and agility also, for example, like crossfitting is a good sport, like to stay fit and powerful. But I also recommend you, for example, specific training. Means I come to the present in a second, but maybe you saw it, maybe not. We also have 3 online courses already about improving your surfing, get ready course, and the mobility routine. So I myself personally do the mobility routine before as a recovery, but also to get more into flexibility. So the flexibility is important. There is not only one routine, I would say, which in your overall improve my surfing, but there are some stuff. For example, yoga helps as well. So if you, and that comes more to your personal reference. If you like, for example, more yoga, then do yoga, because there are different yoga styles, but you get the core strength, you get the mobility out. And if you like yoga, go for it. If you don't like yoga, you can also go more into the direction of, like, we have a get ready course and we have a mobility course, but you have to do something. Guys, trust me, you have to do something. One of my good friends, but also students, is Peter, and he is, I think, 54 now. I always forget. And he also said, man, when I do sports, because he's landlocked, but he travels a lot for surfing, when he does sports beforehand, it almost feels like he still has muscle pain and so on, but the recovery is faster and he feels more fit in the water. And this is what you want to have: more fun in your holidays and your surf sessions. So the answer to you, Andrea, is I think you should do different stuff. For example, strength and endurance, but also a nice balance between mobility, because it brings you in those positions in surfing. We have to be agile. But in general, Andrea, it's you shouldn't go into a gym and lift like heavy stuff to get big muscles, because if you have too big muscles, not as good as surfer. For example, if you Google the pro surfers, look at their body shape, you don't see like those big muscled guy with the neck like here. So if you get this kind of, yeah, I think this information was enough. Let me know, Andrea, if that helped already. But have a look, of course, at our online courses. I come to a second with the presents because I have a cool present for you guys. Bruno is asking, my biggest challenge is swimming towards the lineup and having enough strength to swim and catch the wave. I probably should train while I'm not surfing to increase my strength. Kind of same question. Yeah, 100% Bruno. It's a horrible feeling. You finally come up into a beautiful surf spot. The waves are perfect. Your equipment is right. Bruno, sometimes the surfboard is a little bit too small. Sometimes. So the paddling is also a bit harder. Could be. But if you don't train your pedal power, and the worst thing in, most problems I see with my students is you are not used to come into this position, like in this beautiful arch position where you have easier pedal. I mean, we sit in the office usually, like probably you guys as well, often like this. And when you sit every day 8 hours like this, then you also pedal a bit like it, and it is so much harder. That's why we did the mobility course, because mobility brings you in this open position, and also the get ready course, where we have a physiotherapist as an ambassador. He helped us to develop a whole program to that. So to stable shoulders, sometimes it doesn't matter how strong and how good endurance you have. Sometimes it's a lack of coming into this position. A lot of surfers are only training the lower back here. No, that's why sometimes you get pain after a week of surfing in the lower back, because they're only training their lower back. But here, this part also has the ability to go up. So imagine your lower back goes up. Wait, I'll show you like this. Imagine your lower back can do this, whoop, and your upper body as well. Then you have both parts and you're perfectly up, which makes it more easier, less stress in your neck, and way more easier pedal techniques. Wait, I'll show you the illustration quick. We have it on page. So for endurance in general, is paddling. The better paddle position is. For example, here you see in the illustration, whoop, you see a big difference between this guy and this guy. You see that? Look at the chest and look at the face. So we want to have in our normal position this one, to have a higher chest. The angle of the paddle stroke is more easy and more efficient. Okay, yes, I have the book, and that is probably my problem. Yeah, Bruno, then you're gonna love my present. Guys, yeah, more questions? Or should I come to the present, and then you still have the time to ask? This is crazy, an hour. I love you guys. Guys, trust me, this is so amazing. All the surf knowledge, all we share, and this is still our passion. Not only passion, our main purpose. That's why I created Surf Companions, is to improve your surfing. And yes, I have a big present for you today because you joined. I give it quick. Wait. If you go to our website and you want to improve your surfing, it doesn't matter which online course. And trust me, guys, I would love to give you also discount on the books, but we are not allowed to do it because there's a special rule about books. But we can give a big present on all the online courses. I have a big Surfskate online course, mobility routine, I like the thumb, and a get ready course. And you will get tonight, only tonight, because you guys are here, Wait. Are you? Oh, I love this question, Bill. Bill, I love your question. First of all, you're present, guys. If you put in the checkout, doesn't matter which online course you use, 30 today. If you put it in the checkout, you will get 30% on all online courses, but only till tonight. So the next 3 hours, because only for you guys, you also get an email again as a reminder. It's a small present for me because I want you to improve your surfing. And yes, on online courses, we can give sometimes discount. And guys, they don't cost so much actually, because I want to make it more accessible. But the knowledge you get out of it, trust me, I do it myself. Yeah. So I see the progress. It's not like, oh, I invent something and then sell it to anyone. No, this is the progress we want to achieve you. By the way, as you know, and this is new, we also have this year a special year because I designed 3 big retreats. Retreats means if you like what the work we're doing here and you want to join us, like Real Life Surf Companions coaching, great food, great location, and we have 3 retreats. Like one, what is this? What is this? What are balloons? This is new. Since the new update, this is crazy. We have one in South France and 2 retreats in North Spain. I rented a big house in North Spain. We have a yoga surf retreat, so focusing on yoga and surfing, all the levels. And then we have a 10 days longboard retreat. If you have questions, if you want to ask us anything, let me know through Instagram or email, write me. I'm open for any questions. But I still want to answer Bill's questions. Guys, have you seen it? Are you ever too old and it is ever too late to start surfing? Easy question. The oldest student I had so far was 72. And yes, he had to do a warm up for 45 minutes, but he caught beautiful longboard waves. And what I want to say is, especially I go into longboarding right now and I love it. I'm really passionate about all the styles of surfing. And I had to admit, maybe a small tip for you guys, trust me, there is more than just this performance, high performance shortboarding. I'm not against it. I coach it. And I love to see progress in that one. But I myself, I decided I only love fish. Fish is also really short, but the fish style of surfing, have a look, Stephanie Gilmore, have a look, even your pro surfers. If you have an idol of surfing, go for a fish, have a look. Even if you're a shortboarder, try out a classic fish. Thank me later. Then a mid length. I love mid length because you catch a lot of waves, you have more flow, and all the shortboarders, if it's a smaller day, you catch a lot of waves. And now it comes when the conditions are smaller, I catch my longboard because longboarding, it's really technical. A lot of people don't know it's such a technical surfing. You have to I always do it like that. If I surf longboard, I put a switch in my head and I said, I'm a longboarder now. Of course, the technique is totally different. Maybe something for the next workshop. But as you might know, in the 10 days longboard retreat, it doesn't matter which level you are, beginner or longboarding or intermediate advanced, we coach all the longboard levels, and all the other retreats, we coach every level. Yeah. So it means shortboarding, whatever. So question to you, Bill. No, you're never too old for this, because even as an old person, depending on your level, you can have fun in the waves. And to be honest, my father, for example, small personal story. He never surfed, never. And I travel obviously all around the world the whole time. And I said, man, you were on your he finished, like, how do you call it? He went into pension, means like he worked 40 years and now he's off. And then I said, come to Spain. I'm going to teach you. And beginning of last year, he came and I gave him a beginner lesson in surfing. And yeah, he didn't stood up, but it was not a goal. It was like surfing. And we went first body surfing and then the paddle with the glide. And he was stoked. So even that is starting with 64. He was totally stoked and happy. You know what I mean? So you're 67. I believe a coach can get you a place you can't get yourself, catching from wide waves on a foamy. Yes, that's it. And what I want to tell you, everyone who's live here right now, is please don't be too hard on yourself. Like, everyone has their little steps, and enjoy the progress. Every time you go out there, enjoy it. By the way, guys, maybe because I have a personal question and maybe a question to you guys, I love to ask this more often, but why do you surf? Write it down in the chat really quick. Why do you guys surf? And yes, I'm really proud of you, Bill, man. 67, still going strong. So if for me, for example, surfing is the only sport. I did a lot of sports before, but it's the only sport which makes me really excited and to be a child again. It's like, whoa, I'm gonna wax my board, smell of the wax, and then go in again. And every day is different. Tomorrow, for example, I'm already excited because the wind is perfect for that one spot, and I want to bring my coach, student there, and so on. So write down, last thing of today, write down quick in the chat, whoever likes to share it with the other ones, why do you surf? Maybe in a small word, in one word, or in a few words. Why do you personally surf? And if you don't know the answer, maybe it's your homework back in school. Maybe your homework for the following days. Ask yourself, why do you surf? Only because it looks cool on Instagram? No, it should have more deeper version, more deeper purpose. Let me know quick in the chats. And guys, fun, and I love that. Fun and childhood memories, of course. Childhood memories, amazing. I love it so much because it's not a rational sport. You have to feel everything. Amazing. Dreaming of it's in teen. Took my first lesson a couple of months ago. It made me so feel alive, happy, and it's a good workout. Yes. My dad as a kid. Yeah. Look how powerful this is. Thanks for sharing, guys. Really appreciate it. So Timmy, I can understand if you have amazing memories with your dad as you were a kid, and then surfing is totally different for you than, for example, Stefano, or for me, because it's a different emotion why we go surfing. Freedom and the love of the ocean. Guys, I really enjoyed what you write down here. I'm really stoked. Small question, because I gave you already the gift, but small question to you guys. Do you have maybe one topic which we should do in March? Because I want to do it, like always, more regular. If you can feel the ocean, yes, Bruno, yes, you can feel the ocean. Some people also say, like, sometimes you have those perfect flow moments. Yeah, so you be one with the ocean. 2 questions, really quick. If you like what I do here, and it would be amazing if you can let me know quick. If there's also critical feedback, let me know. I want to grow, and I want to be a better, let's say, transmitting my knowledge a bit better. If there's something wrong, please let me know, also through Instagram, email, whatnot. Feel free to share this video. It will be recorded and will be published on our YouTube video. If you can take out some tips, it would be amazing if you take at least one thing away from this live workshop. And let me know maybe a topic which you want to see in March to be more explained. If you don't know it right now, no worries. Write it for email, Instagram. I answer everything. Cool. No further ado, like I said, go to a website if you want to have 30% on the online courses only tonight. So just go in a web shop and say, like, 30 today, and you get in the checkout 30% on all online courses. You can also share this with your friend who thinks you can need. Surfing makes me alive. Bill, yes, that's also an amazing. Thanks for sharing, guys. This is beautiful, just beautiful. So have a great evening. I really enjoyed it. 1 hour 15, that's crazy. And guys, have fun improving your surfing. Have fun, have fun, have fun. And who knows? Maybe I see you live coaching, online coaching, in a retreat of us. If not, would be beautiful if I see you in the next live workshop. So thanks for joining. Have a great evening and see you next time. Bye bye.